last second decision. Jump on here, say hi.
There's nobody in here.
No.
We're just sitting and waiting.
Yeah. You
Hey,
just got
we're
a
live.
notification. Maybe somebody else will too. Somebody's there.
Who we got?
Yeah.
There's 4.
Who's here?
Can't see who's in here, but
Yeah.
be sure and comment. Everybody doing all right?
There they go.
Arkansas woodcutter.
It's a rarity, yeah.
It's Dustin. I mean, Mr. Courtney.
Mr. Courtney.
Yep, it is a rarity. It's been, well, the last time we actually were on live was when Mac and Patty came saw us.
Yes. Yeah.
Lisa Hopkins.
Yeah.
Jim. Before that was when the garden was flooding back in the spring.
Yeah.
And I think it was last April
Is that when we stopped
was the
doing
last
them
scheduled
regularly?
live. Yep.
Yeah.
So we actually just dropped a kid off for some music lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that's familiar with our kids can probably guess which one's taking
Who's
music,
in music lessons right now?
vocal and piano lessons.
Yeah.
Hi, Deborah. Yeah, we're in the Jeep. See all the traffic going by. We're just hanging out. Thought, got some time to kill.
Yeah.
Why go walk around and spend money when we could just hang out with all of our friends? So. Hi, Jessica. So we thought we'd just jump on and see if anybody has any questions or anything, because we haven't had an opportunity to answer questions or anything other than comments in quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Last live was with the spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah. Kira actually suggested that we do another live on the spreadsheet stuff.
Yeah, we probably could. I know a lot of people have questions. So that one most likely was about food storage.
Probably.
So it's either that or I think we did talk about the garden plan some.
Yeah.
But it was probably the food storage. So yeah, it wouldn't hurt to do that one again. Tried to catch everybody that was on that live and give them their suggested
For the
storage
food
amounts. And we could do that again. I'm not,
Yeah.
not sure when. But staying pretty busy.
Yeah. All the time. Between work and school and kids and
Yep.
lessons.
Always on the go. So that's one of the reasons we cut it back to one video a week, just because of the amount of time. Just better block out sunlight. It's pretty bright.
Finding.
Yep. See, look, oh, you're going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you have any questions, throw them up in the comments.
Yeah. Mine too. So the spreadsheet thing makes the head makes his head hurt. It's
Like
like,
going
yeah,
very
me
well?
too. It's not my thing, but it works.
I've been working in spreadsheets all day today. So
Yeah. I don't love them at all.
it's a big, let's say it's a big part. I make it a big part of my job because it makes a lot of it easier. Yeah, most of our snow has melted.
Yeah, pretty much everything except where it's piled up.
Yeah, where they
from-
plowed it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit left in the yard, anywhere there's shade or where it
Right.
was the thickest, but it is 63 or something
It's
right
so
now.
warm and sunny today.
Yeah. Hey, Courtney. Yeah, we it's nice to get outside in the sun a little bit.
Yeah.
It was actually, I think it was only forecasted to get to like 55 today.
I think we're supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow.
Yeah, they keep bumping it up. Now it's 60s today and 70 tomorrow.
Do we grow onions from seed? Yes.
Pamela, we grow onions from seed. We got a video out there,
Yeah.
taking the whole process start to finish. We actually have them grown from seed again right now.
We do.
So,
It's bad time. We need to get, we're just a little behind where we should be on starting peppers, tomatoes, all that stuff. But it's just because all of our things that we were going to be putting in the ground probably about a week ago, our ground was frozen like everybody else in the country. So we're just kind of getting bumped a couple weeks on everything, I think.
Courtney says she's jealous over the warm weather. It was unexpected.
It's nice.
And I don't know if it'll last. I think we've got some highs in the 40s, maybe 50s coming up. So try to take advantage of this day or two.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the worst thing about it I like the warm weather, but this happens every year right now at the end of February, 1st of March, is we get about a week of really warm days, and our nectarine tree
Oh, every year.
blooms out
Yep.
and then freezes.
So we get none.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll end up with very few, if any, nectarines.
Yeah.
Any tips on Brussels sprouts?
For us, it works best in the fall.
Yep.
We tried and we've tried and tried to do them in the spring, and we get hot too fast,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't work as well. So for us, make it a fall
I
plant.
think we started the seeds back in August, maybe.
And kind of baby them,
Yeah.
inside or wherever we needed to.
And if you can shade them a little bit, keep them cooler. When we had one year where we had decent luck letting them grow through the summer, but I don't remember what the weather was like that summer. It was like
must have been a cooler-
2013,
Yeah.
and we had a small number of plants. We only had like 10 or 12 plants at the most. They did really well, but it could have been a fluke. So
It could have been. But yeah, any other time we have not had a whole bunch of spring luck with those. So.
yeah, Arkansas Woodcutter says Brussels sprouts are a Christmas dish. Yep.
Yeah.
We could have harvested ours. I think we this time we went later intentionally. We probably could have gone just a hair earlier and harvested them earlier in the year. But that got right in the point of where we were taking a break from everything. We just kind of set it down and walked away. And if they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. And they did okay. If we had given them some attention and pulled some lower leaves off, really trained them to grow up and get some sun on them to mature faster, we would have had bigger sprouts earlier on. Those take a little bit of effort and intention to really maximize them. And what you see in the videos from this year was absolutely hands off. So
It was. We just kind of left it
they just
alone.
survived on their own.
Yeah.
But they still did pretty good. I don't know how many jars did you end up pickling. It's quite a few.
Yeah. I want to say 15?
15 jars, and then we froze
10 quarts, I think.
10 quart bags. So
10 or 12. Yeah, quite a few.
mostly froze the larger ones
Mhm.
and pickled the smaller ones.
Yep.
So they're
They're
kind of
good.
bite sized. So they're pretty good. We got some zesty, I guess they're called on their spicy.
They're spicy.
They're spicy.
and
Got
then
red
sweet,
pepper
too.
flake and then some sweet ones. Yeah. So they're pretty good.
Never thought you'd like them, but figured you'd try to grow them.
Yeah.
I like them roasted. They're really good. If you cut them in half, roast them, a little olive oil, garlic, whatever you like. You know.
And you could probably go in underneath them and interplant with some greens and stuff that would like the shade, because if you plant them, I think we did 12 inches apart, 12 inches wide, 2 rows, and then every 18 inches, something like that. They shade the ground pretty well, so you could probably get some greens underneath
Yeah.
it.
That keeps going away. So
Yep.
it's looking.
I don't want to mess with it. So.
Yeah, 6-inch Brussels sprouts. Would you start taking leaves off now?
I wouldn't pull any leaves until you start to see the sprouts form right at the junction where the leaves grow off the stalk. I'd probably let them get close to pea size before I did that. I think.
That sounds good. Shredding them and then cooking them with butter
Yeah.
and ranch.
Hi, Kira.
Hey.
Yeah, when we cook Brussels sprouts in the oven, she'll cut them in half, coat them with olive oil, and then a little salt,
Little garlic
garlic,
and
and
Parmesan.
and then basically throw them into the broiler and let them go until they just start to get a little bit of a char on the edges, and they're really
Pretty
good.
yeah. That, and then I've been eating the pickled ones like crazy.
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah, Kira, we decided to jump on live and see if you'd show up, so that's about what we're up to.
We're just waiting. We're waiting on kid and music lessons and thought we'd say hi to everybody.
We're basically sitting in here talking to our phone, and there's a bunch of people standing around on the sidewalk wondering what the heck we're
What are
doing.
they doing?
That or they know who we are and they're waiting for us to get done. So I doubt that's it, though. I don't think most of these people probably have any idea who we are.
No, probably not. Probably not.
Weird. Us or them.
Yeah.
Kira says new type of scavenger hunt. Yeah.
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 Random
That,
lives.
it tells you got to be sure and
Who's
click
on?
that bell and all notifications.
Yeah.
Right. So,
That's funny.
do you think still have time to start onions from seed? What else? It went away.
Did someone you're showing?
I'm sure.
Where?
She says our zone.
You're in our
You
zone.
could try it.
I mean,
You know,
you're
make sure
about-
you choose the right type of onion
yeah.
because that gives you the best chance. We started ours from seed about a month ago.
Yeah, I was about to say about 4 weeks behind where we did, but
Yep.
we harvested.
But last
in
year we were
June.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could have stayed in the ground longer.
They could have stayed in the ground longer. We harvested
Yeah.
in June, and then they could still. I mean,
So,
so yeah.
I would
try
say
it.
if you already have the seed and you're not going to be waiting a few weeks to get them, what's
I
it
would.
hurt? Especially if you've got a good deal on seeds. I mean, Kira's starting over, not by choice.
by
so-
weather
Yeah, so, you know,
and lack of electricity. In our house.
Anybody always says, is it too late to plant something? I always say, what's the alternative? You know, if you can go buy plants that are going to cost a lot more because you want to guarantee a harvest, you know, that's one thing. But if you've got the room to plant them out and you got the seed, just do it. I mean, if you don't, that ground's not going to be used anyways, right? So
Right.
most likely.
Asked, do we need to do?
We'll stay classy.
What? Stay classy.
Stay classy, you weirdos. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we are.
weird. It's us.
Do we parboil before freezing? I'm assuming the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I blanch them for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes in the boiling water and then 3 minutes in ice just to stop the cooking, and then I freeze them. I lay them out flat on a cookie sheet, and that way they don't
That's what we
freeze
do.
together.
Almost all of our vegetables,
yeah.
whether we chop them whole, whatever.
Yep.
Is if you know whether it's something that's blanched or not, spread it out on a cookie sheet on parchment paper or something,
Yep.
and freeze it that way, and
Oh.
then bag it up.
That way you don't have a clump of everything frozen together.
Patty Mac, is it too early to start planting garden? Well,
Has the ice melted?
Yeah.
Your ice,
your ice was a couple days behind us. So
That's funny.
best time to start Brussels sprout seeds and best time to transplant them. I would start the seeds in about August. I
Yeah.
think.
Was it Kira
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah, and then whenever your last of your summer crops are coming out, it'd probably be about time to transplant them.
Yeah, Kira, we did ours. They do best in fall, or at least for us, we've noticed we do the best in fall with Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
Someone asked, where was it? Pamela Wells said, new to all of this, what's the difference between a high tunnel and a greenhouse, and do I need both?
So, a greenhouse, okay, traditional descriptions. High tunnel is going to be plastic film covered with vertical sides that can be rolled up, is what traditionally people are thinking of, which is like anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 feet sidewalls. And you can roll those up and get good ventilation. The ends of it will typically be closed off some way or another. Greenhouse, if you go way back, it's glass or something like that, or now polycarbonate or whatever. It's harder. Caterpillar tunnel, like we have in our front yard, is made to be torn down and moved and relocated up to a couple times a season. So they're really mobile, and that's what they're designed for. We don't move ours. We've set it up more permanent. Hey, Pathways, but that's kind of different from that. Now, a greenhouse in general is just the intended use, right?
Yeah.
You're growing something in a sheltered environment, whether that's to provide heat or not, or just protect from the rain or whatever. So, our cattle panel greenhouse, our caterpillar tunnel, they're both considered greenhouses, right? And everybody, it's just the naming by the technical design and use of it, whatever. So, yep. So greenhouse made from pull frame. Yep. So it's you can make a greenhouse out of a trampoline frame. You can make
Yep.
it out of whatever. You can pull the siding off a shed and put some plastic on it. You know, just we're sitting.
Yeah,
in
we're
the
sitting in the Jeep.
Yeah.
I would say whether you need both, that would be what do you need? What are you trying to grow?
Yeah.
Our greenhouse we use mostly for seed starting, and then we grow some greens that we keep going all winter. A
Yeah.
lot. We didn't do it this past year, but that's mostly what ours is used for. You know, if you have a heated greenhouse and you're trying to keep, we have a friend that
Tropicals.
we have a friend that keeps the tropicals. They keep their lemons going all winter. You can't grow lemons here. You could start them, but they're gonna die. So she does it. You know, she heats hers and keeps it for that. So that's the point of that. As far as our tunnel out front, I mean that's.
So we built the cattle panel greenhouse originally to grow food in. I mean, it was our greenhouse. That was the only thing we had. And then when we built the front garden, we realized pretty quickly that we were going to be starting enough plants that we needed more space for seed starting and more of a nursery than using the shelves in the room. So it kind of got converted to where it was a transitional space more than a long-term growing space. So we'll start seeds, put them on heat mats in the house, and then they go in and out into the greenhouse until they can stay out there. And that's as the season moves along, things will stay in there longer. Like right now, things go in and out every day because it's too cold at night and we don't heat it. As we get towards tomatoes and all that, they'll spend more time out there unless we have to bring them in for cold nights. So the percentage of time things spend out there. And then we're planting stuff out in the caterpillar tunnel for protection. That was more so to protect tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff like that from rain than to extend the seasons. But side benefit for us, it extends the seasons.
Both, yeah.
So it's multi-uses.
Right.
Yep.
We actually still had Swiss chard growing in there. If you saw one of our videos a couple videos back, right up until this deep freeze that killed everything.
Well, I would say killed it. When I went out there and knocked the snow off, I didn't dig into the Swiss chard and look to see if it killed it or if it just knocked all those big leaves back. They may still be alive. It may just froze all of the foliage that that was standing up. So it got cold. It got it was -13 air temp.
Yeah, temperature.
We had no heat in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it got down to 0 in there, because there's nothing in there really other than the ground to retain any heat. But at the time, the battery for that transmitter that's out there for the temp, I don't know if the cold killed it or if the battery just died, but we didn't get to record how low the temp got. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're all dead, but we need to go out there and look.
We spent how many days below freezing? 10? Was it?
With the high below freezing? Yeah.
10, like below freezing, which is not normal for us. I mean, I know a lot of people had the cold. It wasn't.
But a lot of people know they're going to be the cold that long up north, they're not trying to grow anything right now. Right. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kira said she'll be right back, but she said that we need to come build her a greenhouse.
I built a couple.
Yeah. Max just talking about how bad he wants a puppy. Like he always talks about. He wants that puppy. Oh, there's going to be more. There's another litter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't need that. But
no, we're good.
I'm threatening to get rid of all of our chickens. No,
we're actually not frozen today.
Mac, it's 63 today.
Sunny. I'm almost kind of hot.
Yeah, I would crack the windows if it wasn't so noisy outside.
Yep. No, it got nice today. Warm. Yay.
Yeah, it's very warm.
Saturday was the first day we broke freezing. It was just barely, right?
Yeah, it was 35.
Barely.
I think.
Today, it's in the 60s. Nice. I think tomorrow we're supposed to be in the 70s.
Someone's got a good video about building a cattle panel greenhouse. Oh, I've seen one.
Yeah.
That thing's taken off in the last few months.
It has. Hey.
Hey, Michelle. Yeah, I know about that working extra hours.
Yeah, she's at work. Missed it all last week. I'm sure. Her job is a little difficult to do in frozen weather.
I was stuck working inside all day today. I could see out the window. Looked nice, but was working from home, but I was disciplined enough to keep working. So.
Oh, Kira left because they lost a kid for a few seconds.
Yeah, so.
But she's asleep. I feel like we lose Henley every once in a while. She gets too quiet reading.
When she's reading, yeah. Yep, it has spreadsheets. Probably need to be updated. Yeah, I did realize a long time later that the only thing I didn't put on that price sheet was the door.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, the materials are in there to build your own door, but that one was a prefab screen door, so I had another $24.
We just bought. Just
Yep.
the cheap screen door.
Which is held up surprisingly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's doing good.
Yeah, Michelle's stuck inside with
Oh,
nice weather.
yeah, it's pretty today.
Yeah, so we need to figure out what the upcoming videos should be. We got a lot to do.
We do have a lot to do.
Curious if we need to do another live with how much to grow in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a couple of those calculator videos we could do.
Yeah. You could do one on chicken feed for the
meat birds.
Meat birds, because it's actually
Yeah.
about time for us to start that. Other people
Yeah.
may be starting the same thing soon. Came out. We trial and error came out with a really good formula on how much
For the
feed
Cornish
birds.
cross.
Yeah. So our first batch was too skinny. They were
First
too
batch
big
was way too.
because
We overfed.
We had heard
We had like
just feed them so that they get big, but then they
Yeah,
we
we
lost
had
a few. Yeah,
free choice feed around the clock, and we lost about 30%.
we did. It was too much for them.
And then I trimmed it back too far,
Yeah, so
and we
had
only lost
little-
like one bird, but we had like
they were
3-pound
little.
birds.
They were only like 3 pounds. So,
Yeah.
and then trial and error between those batches, we came up with a really good amount where
Yeah.
they get to be 5-pound birds, but we're not losing them from them being too heavy.
Yeah, Cindy says it's crazy what the temperature is inside the greenhouse. Yeah, we had to prop the window opens on its own, but we had to prop
Yeah.
the door open today because we've got all the cool season crops in there today, and it just gets
It's
too hot.
I know, and I closed it before we left because I was worried it'd start cooling off, but I'm kind of worried that I should have left it
Well,
open.
I went out there and opened it up, checked, and it wasn't too warm yet. So.
I had just shut it at that point, so hopefully that'll be fine.
It says don't do 200. I'm assuming meat birds. No.
That's a lot.
That
Yeah,
chicken
that's more
tractor
than we
only
can
hold
handle.
about 40, 45 at a time.
Yeah.
So
The most we've done is 50 at one time.
yeah.
So, which is plenty.
Hmm. I think that's the time that we harvested on our own. We butchered them, just the two of us, when we
Yeah.
had the most birds.
Yeah.
Hey, Patty.
We didn't warn it. We didn't even know. We didn't warn her that we were going to go on. We didn't even know.
No, I was sitting here and looking around, like, hey, we got an hour to kill. Hey, I wonder if I can get the phone to sit up here on the dash. That's basically how it went. Yeah, it wasn't premeditated or planned in any way.
No. We usually
In fact, if
run
I'd
around
planned
and-
better, I'd have a better way to block the sun. See,
Yeah,
it's too
pretty
bright. I'm having to block it, and now my arm's getting cramped up here.
Says when you coming home. Patty not home.
Yeah, we're parking in public.
Right. Just sitting here waiting on kid and music lessons.
Max wanting dinner.
Oh.
I stand on myself.
Just like get home with you.
Too, when we hopped out down the street to run in the store real quick, smelled that barbecue place. That smelled pretty good.
Mhm.
But I was
Yeah.
working on the budget today, so we're not going out to eat.
No.
We spent a lot in January going out to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, somebody said 111.
Inside the greenhouse. Yeah. Yikes.
Patty's not cooking.
She's not eat leftovers. That's what I say.
I had leftovers for lunch.
Although, yeah, I think I made you guys clean the fridge out already, so I guess I'll have to fix something.
Kira's making chicken. It don't take long to get up there.
I was
Of course, I got to work tomorrow, so.
planning on.
You deliver?
I'm not going to make anybody happy tonight.
What are we having?
We need spaghetti squash. I can't talk. We've got 9 of them still in the pantry, so they need to check.
I guess we're having spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
I think we need to not buy anything from the grocery store starting about now, except for maybe butter and ground beef. We can't do either one of those.
No.
What else? We could probably get by on that.
You would be unhappy if you didn't have your cheese all the time.
Yeah, well, you know,
You can get over it, I guess.
make some cheese. Kira doesn't have driver's license. She can't deliver.
Nope, you'd have to go all the way up there. That's a long drive for chicken.
Michelle got some new chicks.
Oh, yeah?
Did our one ever come back in?
No, she's gone wild. We have a wooded area right behind our barn, and we have one chicken that refuses to come back. and she stays just out of reach where I can't get to her because it's pretty heavily wooded right there. And she's decided she's wild now.
Yeah.
She's roosting in the
feral.
tree, and she won't
It's
come
probably
back.
the only one that's laying eggs right now.
Probably. There are probably a ton of eggs out there that I can't get to.
That's why I'm tempted to get rid of the chickens right now. They should have been
Every
picking up by
winter.
now.
Every winter,
They
though,
should have
you're
been
just
picking up
like,
by now.
You're done.
And we're getting how many eggs a day?
Couple. Not very
Couple
many.
eggs
2
a
or 3.
day out of
Yeah,
34 hens.
something like that. Yeah.
Still feeding them.
No, she's one of our New Hampshire Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd been the
We've
batch
had her-
before.
Yeah, we've had her for a couple of years, but I don't know. She just refuses to come in. It's crazy.
We had a Australorp refused to come in. Paid the price.
Yeah, I feel bad about that one though. That I should have checked. I usually count. It was cold one night, and I didn't count the chickens. We were just trying to hurry, and so we fed them. It looked like they were all inside. Shut the door, locked it up, and she didn't come in. She was the one that always really slow. She would take forever coming in, and she actually froze to death.
Yeah,
so.
the dog would usually round them up, but
But the dogs were inside.
dogs were in the house. so-
Yeah, because usually our dogs will run in any that haven't come in yet, and she was inside, or she stayed out all night and didn't make it.
Yeah.
That one I felt bad about. 'cause
Yeah, I mean it's
that one was kind of my
unfortunately it's
fault.
part of it, but you know,
Yeah.
I mean, could have made the rounds, but I think when they start going in, they should all be going in. Because
Yeah.
if we had been automatic door, which we don't,
Yeah, she
it
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have made it in anyways.
Right.
bye Patty,
Bye.
go home and cook. Take them shoes off before you get in the kitchen too.
Oh my goodness.
There you go, Mac. That was for you. Hey, Swafford Homestead.
Yeah. Oh, Papa's saying if they know we wanted chicken, should have brought some down. We have
No.
plenty. We just have to, cook it.
Kira liked my joke.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. So I don't know
Did I
what's
miss
up with
anything
that
else?
stinking red chicken that's decided she's wild now.
There, Mac liked it. He can appreciate it.
Patty's gonna hit you or send me orders to do it.
I won't work up spreadsheet for her.
Yeah.
I miss any questions?
Not that I know of, unless we missed
I'm not
some
used to
way
looking
back.
at this on the phone.
I know. 'cause
Comments
it's
go away
going
really
way
quick.
too quick on here. Brownies and
So what do we do with the kids, Mac? Asking. So, one's at the grandparents.
yep.
One is in this building in front of us taking music lessons.
That's why we're sitting here waiting.
And you can explain the other one if you want.
Well, she's 18.
Yeah.
Out. She's moved out.
Yep. We have any recommendations for indoor grow lights? We've got a couple different kinds. So I would say
Yeah.
don't do the little fluorescent ones. We did
No.
those for years, and it didn't matter how close you got the plants; they weren't
They just
intense
don't work.
enough. Now we've got some LED ones we bought off Amazon. I don't know if those are in. I don't know if I've got those linked anywhere. They're square, and they're probably like 72 light, maybe something like that,
Yeah.
maybe more. They're fairly intense, and the plants respond to them, but they're like 12 by 12. So you almost need 2 of them per flat. We've got one and then some strip LEDs, grow lights, that accent to try to do more. But LED, make sure you get full spectrum. Grow light, though I say full spectrum. I guess they're truly not, are they? Because they're the red and blue.
Red, blue. Yeah.
But they cover the full growth light spectrum. Don't try to skimp with something. Just a bright light is not necessarily the same as the right light.
No. Because we've tried that and
Yeah.
it doesn't work. They just get all leggy.
But I'll see if I can find some, small scale. These lights will work if you're needing to cover a big area and a lot of flats. I think it'd take too many of them. So we don't have any of the big commercial lights. They're just more to get us by on really cold or cloudy days. But
where there's no sun. Because,
Yeah.
if it warms up, it'll always stick everything out in a greenhouse.
yeah, get it out in the sun. That's better than anything. So yeah, the See, the 4-foot LED lights I'd like to use, but we're using little 2-foot wide shelves. That's all we have, you know, and then you know, several of them tall. It's all we have room for when we have stuff in the house. So it's 2 flats wide and several shelves tall.
Because in the house, they're actually in one of those little cheap
Yeah,
greenhouse.
yeah, one of the cheap little greenhouse
green shelves with a green
$25
plastic
things,
stick
just
over
with
it.
no plastic over it.
Yeah, we just don't have the plastic on.
Just using it for the shelves. So imagine that. You see what we're limited to on
Kinda
choosing
funny.
light fixtures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 6-pack of
Amazon.
lights for $100. Those are probably pretty intense lights. So
Old metal computer stand, right? Whatever you can
Yeah.
use.
all you need is a flat surface,
Just some
really.
shelves.
Yeah, and I mean, depending on how long stuff's going to be growing, how tall the plants will get. I mean, you don't need a lot of room in between them.
Yeah. We usually don't need a ton of room. We did the year that we went to the shindig because we had all that comfort
Yeah.
growing and it got cold right before. So our entire bedroom was
Yeah.
full of anything we could find to put
Yeah.
a.
Different others. We've got some more shelves sitting outside. We had those in. We had actually had another set in. you
Yeah.
know.
It was funny.
So we've had to do that when it's critical, but I prefer not to.
Said you got grow lights for Valentine's Day.
I bought her rubber boots for Valentine's Day one year.
Yeah. I think just about everybody in this group would appreciate that, but other people might think
No,
that's kind of weird.
Somebody said
Like,
rubber boots. Well, they were muck boots. They're as expensive as some jewelry, and she just wore them out. Gotta get new ones. Tried to fix them. Their soles coming off.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm gonna have to. I'll just glue it.
And I actually looked online to buy some more, but I guess they're pretty popular this year with the weather because there were none in the right size. There's this stocked up January gold, not to go grocery store until March or later. Yeah,
Very nice.
we ought to be getting close to. I'm gonna say we'll go to the grocery store for the stuff we can't buy or barter for, which our source for ground beef is no more.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure out a different one for that. But yeah, dairy and beef. You know, that's the only things we'd have to buy. I mean, we could cut everything else out.
Yeah. I mean, don't really need the pasta. It's not exactly something that's perfectly healthy.
But you can make that too. We've got a pasta machine.
That's true.
It just takes a while.
It takes a long time.
It's better.
Yeah, using regular shop lights, but noticed a big difference with the grow lights.
Oh yeah, big
Definitely.
time. We even bought some of the little years ago. Bought some of the little 18 or 24-inch grow light, fluorescent grow lights
they
from
just don't
Walmart or whatever. Had a bunch of them. They never worked well.
Kira says, do you need pasta? Excuse me?
Do you like pasta?
We do. We just eat too much of it. Well,
Well,
sometimes. We can get off on, it's easy and it's fast.
Yeah.
And it feeds everybody
yeah,
for
did you thaw anything out for dinner? No, I just make
pasta.
spaghetti.
Yeah, it's fast.
Quick and easy. You can put
It's fast unless I make it from scratch. Then that's not
Yeah.
fast at all. But it's good.
Pathways has a calf on the butcher March 19th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we'd like to do is some of our own beef, but not really very responsible
Not where we are.
where we're at, you know.
We just don't really have room for it to do it properly. Not the way we'd want to.
Yeah. New people showing up. Probably gonna wonder what we're doing here. Oh well.
Lessons, yeah.
Hi Karen. We're just sitting on the side of the road having a live here.
Oh, yeah.
People looking at us like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Could do goats, milk and meat. Yeah. We've talked about that.
We have.
Talked about sheep.
We've talked about sheep, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd rather do sheep than goats.
Yep.
Well, for a couple of reasons, but get by with feeding them a lot less or buying feed because we have a lot of grass and we have very little browse.
Good Wi-Fi? Yeah. I guess so.
Is it good? I think through the
Hopefully.
phone. Not even on the Wi-Fi. Hey, Bomber Steve from Australia. Yep. There you go. American life just passing by back
Yeah.
there. Everybody's in a hurry,
Always. That's about
rushing with nowhere to go.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Kira says if we do sheep, she'll be buying some lamb off of us.
I'd probably rather do that, but
I think so too. Although with this last cold, we were kind of glad we didn't have any.
Yeah. So that's another reason you ought to be willing to get rid of the chickens, because wouldn't have to go out.
Yeah, that was
Let
easy
them out,
though.
feed them, put
that
them
was,
up. So,
That was fast.
and with any travel, don't have to worry about somebody taking care of the chickens.
That is true. Still have dogs, cat we have to worry about.
Well, it's easier to get somebody to take care of dogs and cats.
Yeah.
£20, $60. That's
Not
really
bad.
not that bad.
It's not too bad, yeah.
If it was, decent quality, it's really good.
We pay that much for
We pay more than that for
just stuff in
grocery
the
store
store,
beef.
yeah.
They're paying over $4 a pound for ground. Like 6 or 7 meat birds. Oh, you can do more than that.
Way more than that.
Yep.
Of course, we're trying to, provide all of our own chicken, but we try to do, we'll eat one bird a week.
Yeah.
They'll feed us twice.
Plus leftovers
Plus
for me.
leftovers. Yeah.
So I take leftovers for lunch.
So then we have to just figure out how much we need to grow so that it'll last till we do it again. But how many batches we have to do? We'll probably have to do a couple batches this year.
Yeah. I'd be safe, Michelle. Yeah, Kira, I don't know. You could do meat birds. You'd probably do them more on a deep litter type method because you don't have the grass for them. But thing is, they're 52 days from hatch to harvest, and the first 14 days are in the brooder.
And they're quiet.
So 38 days, you figure out how to hide them from your neighbors.
Yeah, if you just hide them, they're quiet though.
Yeah, they're not loud
They're
at
not
all.
loud at all.
And as long as you take care of any kind of litter load, I don't think you might ever know.
Mm-mm.
So,
Don't do it in the front yard.
yeah, Courtney, a plucker. Scalding's hard to do over like a turkey fryer with water. It's hard to control the temp. If you can figure that part out, the plucker makes the biggest difference. Out of the two, you can't fake the plucker. You either have one or you don't.
Right.
You can fake the scalder. You can do a turkey fryer water, or a cook stove, camp stove, or something like that. If you can get your water temp up to 150, you can. There's a lot of ways to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The plucker, once you break down, spend the money on one, and you can do 40 or 50 birds in a couple hours, you'll never look back.
Yeah.
If you'll put a dollar value on your time and say, how many hours do I need to save to offset $450 plucker?
Yeah.
It won't take long.
Right.
Yeah, we have a drum style plucker.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it makes all the difference.
Yep.
Doing it by hand is hard.
Yeah, we have and it's not one of the real nice expensive. I'd love to have one from Featherman Equipment or something like that, but right now we don't really have the need for something like that. We just have the yard bird, which you can buy at Tractor Supply or something like that. It's like I said, I think it's around $450. A lot of times, if you get one of the coupons in the mail for, if you're a Tractor Supply neighbor or something like that, and you save a percentage or save $20, whatever. I think we got it down to like $425 or something with tax or not tax, farm tax, but there's ways to save money on it, and it's well worth it.
Yeah. Steven's gonna be mad at us when he finds out that she wants meat birds.
Do it.
They're easy. I say easy. They're
You're stuck. You're dedicated with them for 52 days.
Yeah.
In the brooder
yeah.
or on the grass, and time it out right. Who we order from, they hatch on Wednesday, and they ship, and we get them on Friday. They go in the brooder, and they're in there for about 12 days. So they're about 14 days old. Depending on the weather, if it's too cold or wet, we'll hold them a little longer. You can get them out usually about as early as 12 days, and then get them out on grass. And then when they're that little, you can move them every 2 days. Just watch the litter load on the grass.
Yeah.
Maybe every day and a half. Then in the middle, it's every day, and then towards the end, towards a week and a half,
It's
twice a day.
Just because we have so many and
Yeah.
such.
And you never want to get them back on the grass they were already on if you're truly trying to do pastured poultry. If you don't have that option, then make the best of what you got. But that's what we're going after. So they never go back on, and you kind of map it out. We have to think with our yard. Y'all have seen the water we get and the runoff. So if we're going to get heavy rains and there's a chance of flooding, we have to take that into consideration and not be down low when that forecast is calling for rain. So it's almost like a puzzle. Figuring out, okay, if we go over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We'll be over here. What's the forecast going to be?
Figure that out to make sure they won't end up in the flood zone.
So, it's 52 days. Basically feeding and watering, and we take them. We got a 5-gallon bucket that's gravity down to a bell water, so we just carry rainwater out to them. And then that Saturday morning, if at day 53, we take them off feed on Friday, and then we harvest on a Saturday. And sometimes we'll get some help, get a couple people over, and make quick work of it.
Yeah.
The setup and the cleanup take longer than the actual harvest.
Right.
Hey, Malvina.
So somebody back here, Bomber Steve, was saying they're doing 2 to 3 tractors for a total of 60 chickens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our Joel Salton style tractor is 8 foot by 10 foot. And Joel's are 10 by 12. He does 75 birds per tractor. We're doing 8 by 10, and we usually target around 45 birds. We've had as high as 50, 51 because the hatchery sent extra, and we didn't lose any in the brooder. But really try and target about 45 at the most. So just so they're not crowded. And early on, they're not crowded at all. It's towards the end where they, you start feeling like they're getting crowded.
Yeah, just when they're all big and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kira doesn't have the option for the pasture poultry with her size yard.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
You can do a few at a time, though. I mean, not pastured necessarily, but
if you're only doing a handful of birds, 3, 4, 5 at a time, the hardest part with that's going to be getting the chicks in a small quantity. But I mean, you could figure out a different plucker or something.
Don't get mad, Steven, but if that's the case and she only wanted a few, we could always add a couple more on our order.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to get them shipped that way.
Well, we have raised, butchered, frozen, sold birds too. But
That's true. We could work out the whole pastured poultry thing with them. They're close enough.
Well, I mean, it's just a surprise live here for us, even. So you haven't missed any. We appreciate you saying you've missed seeing us do lives, and there's times where we think, I'll do some more lives, but it's been really busy. So yeah, Track Supply will do 6 at a time. I don't know how often they get Cornish cross.
They get them some. We actually I thought we got a few from them once, but we didn't have as much luck with theirs.
I don't know. I don't remember getting those from them.
I'm kind of picky about who we get them from now because I'm just very happy with the people we use. Oh, Steven's hungry. Gotta go. We're getting hungry too, but we gotta wait on a kid. So
Ecocentric. That's powerful lights. Yeah, I know Track Supply will do no less than 6 birds. That's actually how we ended up with 6 birds to start our chicken adventures years ago. We went after 3, and you have to buy 6.
We were gonna get 1 for each kid to just kind of play around with having chickens, and now we
buy pathways.
have tons.
Yeah, Courtney, we haven't done a scheduled live since last April.
It's been a while, yeah.
I believe that's what I saw it was. So, and there's only been 2 little short. Well, one live with Patty Mack
Yeah.
With Mac and Patty from Southern Blessed. They come by the house, and then one little impromptu one to show the garden underwater. Yeah, I got to have a balance. And oh, Swaffer's doing 6 layers.
6 layers. Yep, that's how we started.
Yeah, and the older our kids get, the more busy they get. The more busy I've been at work and everything else, and so just definitely trying to keep a bit of a balance.
Yeah,
If YouTube were paying the bills,
it'd be a different.
it'd be a different story. But it's definitely
Yeah.
it's definitely something on the side right now. What else I miss?
I don't think we've been.
Well, caught
I'm
up.
sure we have missed some, but you know.
If we missed a comment or a question, put it back in
Yeah,
there.
put it back. All the community here, they were all saying if they live close enough, they could share pluckers and all that. And people have been talking
Bringing us down
about
to
turkeys.
6 chickens. Yep.
We've talked about doing a couple turkeys, but
Max says need to retire and live off of YouTube money.
uh,
We'd get hungry.
we
So we wouldn't get hungry. We could grow the food, but yeah, we might get cold.
That's funny.
Are we buffering?
Maybe just a little bit. It kind of looks like it.
Hopefully my phone's not dying.
That is a possibility.
YouTube millionaire. Not by a long shot.
Not even close. Not even
Yeah.
close.
No. Yeah, we've given away multiples more than the YouTube income has provided.
It hasn't provided one yet.
Wouldn't have it any other way, but definitely haven't done it to get rich.
Kid's game has given me a warning that she hasn't played it today.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, good actually.
Yep, save up, get you a plucker.
Yeah, you do.
A king, yeah, you'll never, as long as it's something you, or maybe, if there's a couple people around you, like I may have said, go together and get one, because you don't need it all the time. You only need it
Right.
3-4 times a year at the most, probably. And it can kind of rotate through. We've even thought about renting ours out or something. Haven't done that, but
Yeah. Gotta
make it easier for people.
Greg Outdoors.
Hey, Greg.
Just found us from Kentucky.
I saw your comment the other day. Oh, Max got a job interview.
You gonna be a greeter somewhere?
No, probably a greeter. He's gonna get a job at like Lowe's or something. All that
Yeah.
home improvement. Catch you later, Swafford Homestead. Thanks for stopping by.
You could order off the dollar menu with our YouTube money. A couple times a week, maybe.
Occasionally, I can let her supersize.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time thinking, oh man, just can't wait to get monetized. It's gonna start rolling in.
Well, we got monetized a while ago.
Yeah.
And we get some
Oh
occasionally.
yeah.
Just
Actually,
not
we
a ton
had YouTube money deposited today. We're still not going out to eat.
This is the one day week it gets really tempting too, because we're sitting here waiting on her and hungry and.
We'll be out later.
Yeah.
Still got to get up early. Be easy not to have to cook. Ecocentric chicken pluggers attached into the arms. We did it that
I
way.
mean, that works too.
Yep.
It just takes a lot longer.
Yeah. When doing 40 or 50 birds,
Yeah.
it's pretty
and that's
handy.
coming from, I'm the one who's like, no gadgets, no any
Yeah.
of this. I can use my hands for everything but yeah.
It's pretty handy. Drop a couple of them in the scalder. You got, however long it takes. I mean, test them, popping feathers out when they're ready to go, and then drop 2 full birds in the plucker, the water on, and in about 20 seconds or less, you got 2 fully plucked birds. Maybe a couple little feathers here and there you need to clean off. Skin's not torn.
You guys honestly go so fast with the scalder and plucker that I kind of get behind trying to keep up with the.
Even when you got help down there eviscerating, it's that's usually the bottleneck, is having enough people processing the birds, because dispatching, scalding, and plucking goes really quick.
Yeah, very fast. Yeah. And then getting enough help down on the other end. That's where.
Buy her some new valve stem caps for the Jeep. Maybe. As long as you don't want chrome. What are you looking at?
Okay, says, silly question, but what's the store over your left shoulder in the background? Not a logo I'm familiar with.
I don't. Oh, probably that one. This one over here. It's a. I think there's like a candy shop or something.
There is a candy store back there.
I think there's a candy shop.
And there's a restaurant behind us.
I think there's a bar right behind us too in there.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's all little local shops, so none of them's national chains or anything.
Downtown.
Yep. Just Main Street America.
Mm-hmm. Basically how they market themselves too. Not our town, but close.
Yep. A little ways from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll actually probably have to call it pretty soon. Should be getting out of here, and we'll have to go home and cook some dinner. Evidently, we're having spaghetti squash.
Spaghetti squash is the plan. We need to start cooking.
It takes a while, though.
It does take a little while to roast them, so maybe not. I don't know. That was the plan, but yeah, maybe that'd be a better plan for tomorrow.
I don't know what else we'll make then. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I think in the time you cook those, you can make homemade pasta. Probably not.
No.
We do need these spaghetti squash, though. I'm surprised they've stored really well.
Oh, chips and leftover Mexican. Like Mexican at all. I always love anything Mexican. I could eat Mexican all the time.
I had
all the time
leftover chicken fajita stuff for lunch.
Yeah,
we didn't have any tortillas left, so I took had our chicken, peppers, and onions, all ours. She had made fajitas yesterday.
And although I didn't grow any of the spices, it's still the mix that I make. So.
Made up the spice mix, so that was left. So just fried an egg and put over top of it.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, Malvina's having chili and cornbread. That sounds good too.
Good, except you don't usually like taking chili as leftovers the next
day.
day.
I gotta have leftovers for lunch tomorrow, so I have to figure something out. That's usually the dilemma. Yeah. What makes enough for leftovers?
Right. So. Yeah, I need some ideas, I guess.
Yeah, throw up your dinner ideas real quick.
What should I make?
You've seen our freezer in a recent video, so you've seen everything in it.
Everything
you saw the whiteboard.
Chicken, I could do chicken, but that would still take a little while, even frozen. With the Instant Pot, you could throw a whole chicken in there frozen.
Yeah, if you've never tried that, and if you've got an Instant Pot, our chickens that we harvest, they're frozen whole. You just throw it in the Instant Pot, and in about an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Now they're not the prettiest thing. It's close to 2 hours.
It'd be close to 2 hours by the time it gets up to pressure and all of that. But yeah.
They're not pretty, but if you're going to debone it anyways.
Yeah, it's juicy. It tastes great.
It's good. And then take the bones
not
and
like a roasted chicken.
Skin and fat and everything, and save that up and make bone broth.
That's true. I haven't cooked for Mac. We've fed him twice, but I haven't ever.
Yeah. She should have cooked.
I should have, yeah.
Ooh, bacon wrapped chicken with pepper jack cheese. Well, can't have the bacon, but yeah, sounds good.
Does sound good. Fried potatoes.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only fresh potatoes we got right now are what's got to go in the ground.
More than potatoes, it's beans, cornbread.
Oh yeah, pinto beans. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Mac, if you ever come back, I'll cook for you.
And then he'll never come back.
Hey. Yeah.
I'll cook for you.
Then he'll never come back.
Shh.
Yeah.
We haven't had fried potatoes in forever.
We haven't. It's been a long time. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have to figure out what I'm going to make tonight.
He says he can't make it tonight. So.
Tonight, it's a little bit, yeah.
He'd be there in time for breakfast.
I am actually a pretty good cook. And, he's being rotten, but He knows it's true.
I got two choices: take it or leave it, or cook my own. I eat it. What? It's good.
No, you're making it sound like I'm a terrible cook.
Turkey bacon.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, yeah, we can eat it. I haven't found one I really like. We do beef
The
bacon.
kids like it. Beef bacon's good, but
It's just so expensive.
It's
Yeah.
very expensive. Like $13 a pound or something.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
I think they try to justify it because it's such big pieces, but they still weigh it out by a pound, so you're not getting any more. You just get fewer
Expensive,
pieces. But dang, it's expensive. Yeah, stick around.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And her cooking sticks around. It's not the seconds that I eat. Yes, Max
Yeah.
says no turkey bacon.
You can't Mac don't do that either, huh?
We ate it for a long time when we were running and really dieting and all that. And I just,
Yeah, better look out here in striking distance.
yeah.
Like,
I got too many witnesses around.
I've got witnesses of why you deserved it.
All right, well, she ought to be walking out any time. So
Yeah, she should be.
I'm
Just
really
about
not
done
sure
with this.
how to even cancel the. Remember, we went through this with Mac's phone.
Oh yeah, how to close it because
Yeah.
you couldn't figure that out, could you?
So,
What
yeah, what part of turkey is a bacon? I don't know.
Ground,
I ain't seen
pressed,
anything.
processed.
Yeah, I ain't seen anything on turkey that looks like that.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny.
all right, well, we better get out of here, and kid will be coming out, and we're gonna have to figure out what truly is for dinner.
Yeah.
So, but appreciate y'all jumping in. No warning here, and maybe we'll figure out another time to do another live, and maybe we'll do some more spreadsheet work for everybody. So, but
He'll do more spreadsheet work
Yeah.
for everybody.
stay warm. It's only gonna last a couple days. So,
Yeah.
we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.